Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching this. I am the CHALL. Welcome to a brand new DRFC Daily Report. Quite a lot to get through in this particular one. In fact, we've had to split it into two separate report videos because in this video, we're going to talk about Liam Ravenhill, at least one League Two club interested in talking with Liam Ravenhill, a clutch of National League clubs talking to him as well. Discuss more about that and my thoughts about Ravenhill's next move. Jai Rowe from Boston United, of course, training with some of his Boston United teammates at Doncaster this past week. However, Pete O'Rourke has been on socials in the last 24 hours. Is there any truth in the move? Let's see what happens. We'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about Tom Nixon. There's confirmation from the Free Press that he is on Rovers' list to come back. And we'll talk about Thimothée Lo-Tutala. He is not on his way back, and we'll speak why in a moment. But in the second video coming up later, we're going to speak about the training ground improvements. We're going to speak about the new staff coming in next season, according to Grant McCann. And we're also going to be speaking about the retained list and my reaction to the retained list. Very, very late, but it's still coming in that video. So before we get started, make sure you do like, comment, subscribe. Click the notification bell so you never miss another YouTube video. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers and 500,000 views. Let's get there as soon as possible, please. And for now, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, because it is a family channel, let's get straight into this and talk about the latest news, or part one of today's latest news. First of all, talking about the four players in question, about potential moves in or out of the club. So we are kicking off with Liam Ravenhill. Now, the Free Press understands that at least one League Two club is in discussions with Liam Ravenhill over a potential move, as well as a clutch of National League teams who are also in dialogue with his representatives. Liam Ravenhill, for me, is a bit of an intriguing story. I felt there was a potential comeback into the squad there under Grant, but it is what it is. To be fair, looking over it and looking at the potential, I mean, look at Sabara coming in the last couple of days as well. You know, you've got Big Install waiting on a new contract. You've got Close, you've got Broadbent, you've got Sam Sharon Brown, who's a youth prospect with a lot of potential, according to Grant McCann. You've got Owen Bailey, in my opinion, signing of the season, or one of the signings of the season with Joe Ironside. You know, would Liam Ravenhill have gotten a game time? No. Grant McCann's we've already seen with Grant McCann with Tommy Rowe, for example. Great servant to the club, but he came out and said it about the contracts. He talked to Tommy, said he wants to improve and get better. Tommy understands that. Tommy's a full-on experienced professional. He knows that better than anyone. And Grant McCann has been ruthless. He's been really ruthless with the releases. And that's what the fan base wanted. They wanted some ruthlessness and want some ambition in who we're letting go and who we're bringing in. And that's what Grant's been delivering. He's been delivering it with the releases. He's been delivering it with the first signing. And, you know, Liam Ravenhill, unfortunately, was part of that mix that had to go and get more football elsewhere. It's not the fact that he's not a good player, because he is a good player on his day. He just needs more regular first-team football elsewhere. And I think with the players that we're looking to get in, I don't think he would have got that at Doncaster. So there we go. The story is at least one League Two club and a clutch of National League clubs. You can bet. I mean, what I'm about to say now is a guess. This is not a, this club is definitely in for him, etc. So spoiler alert before anyone starts clipping this up. This is just my guess. I would guess Boston would be in for that move. I would guess that Darlington could be in for a move for him in the future. I would happily like to guess that Scunthorpe might look at him. I would, if there was at least one League Two club in for him, I would say Grimsby. And just because I'm thinking more locally here, I'm thinking of more of the local options. I think Grimsby could be an option. I think Scunthorpe and Boston could be options, especially with Boston's promotion to the National League. I mean, looking at some of the other clubs in the area, you know, in terms of that area, you're probably looking at something like a Guiseley, if we're looking as far as the north. Could be a good club to get more as a star player for first team football. I also think that, you know, you could end up looking at clubs like Scarborough, South Shields. So there's some clubs down there in the National League North, down in the Northern Premier with Guiseley, but I think that's very, very unlikely. I don't think Ravenhill will drop anywhere lower than National League North. So you're probably talking Boston, Scunthorpe, Grimsby, Scarborough, South Shields, those kind of clubs. So we'll see what happens with Ravenhill and see how that situation develops. But thank you very much for your service, Ravenhill at Doncaster Rovers. It is very much appreciated. Next story is on Tom Nixon, the lonely right back who is returning to Hull City, but maybe not for long, as the Free Press understands that Rovers are one of a handful of clubs monitoring the former loanee, and he'll be reportedly open to a possible return, having enjoyed his spell at Doncaster. To be fair, when we look at the Tom Nixon situation, a backup right back is exactly what we need in this window to cover Jamie Sterry. With the release of Charlie Seaman, with Senior and Maxwell on one side, we need someone to cover Sterry on the other side, because there is that risk again with Jamie Sterry of his past injury record. David Rennie's done a fantastic job as head of medical. We'll talk more about the staff that he's looking to bring in the second video of the Daily Reports today. But for me, we need a backup right back. We need someone who's going to cover in that position and do a good job. And Nixon, I'm not surprised is on that list. Personally, with Tom Nixon, I'll talk first of all from a personal level. He is a wonderful guy. Got along with him very, very well. We've become good friends since he joined the club, and I would consider him a friend. He is a wonderful person and a great gentleman off the pitch. On the pitch, on his best day, he's got the pace, he's got the drive, got the energy, works very, very well as a right back. And with him not being too old as well, he's like, what, 20, 21, 22 years old now? He's still got a lot of room to go, and you need someone who's going to be that backup right back who will take over long term from your starting right back, which of course is Jamie Sterry. So Tom Nixon for me long term could grow into that number 2 shirt, absolutely. The big thing I've got here is, what does the new Hull manager want to do? And we'll talk about Lo-Tutala in a second. But the new Hull manager is what this decision will ride on. We know also that a number of other clubs are interested in Tom Nixon. A handful of clubs are interested in his signature as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how that situation develops. Where does he think he can get the most game time? Does he want to be back up to Jamie Sterry? Does he want to get regular first team football elsewhere? We shall see. But Tom Nixon for me would be a good backup option, and I wouldn't be against that signing at all. If Tom Nixon doesn't end up signing, what about Jai Rowe? Pete O'Rourke on socials has been reporting that Swindon, Donny and Newport want to sign the Boston United defender. We also saw the training video in the Rovers gear, just because why not? You know, it's Rovers gear, it doesn't mean anything. But it was training with some Boston United teammates at the 3G pitch at Doncaster outside the stadium. Of course, training for a bit with Boston United, doing a bit of post-season training just to keep himself fit. But some people have tried jumping on that thinking, oh, is Jai Rowe going to come? But I'm going to explain why it won't be the case. When I tweeted out, let's wait and see when the video got posted from the management company about that, it was with the intention of basically just saying, let's just wait and see on that. I don't think there's much in that. We'll just wait and see. He is training in Rovers gear, but we'll wait and see. And, there was a lot of accounts that jumped on that thinking, oh, is that confirmed? He's going to come, etc., etc. Me personally, I don't think it's a given. Would he be a good signing? Yes, I think he would. This is why I think Jai Rowe would be a good backup right back option. In terms of a backup right back, he's probably one of the better options from the non-league system. He's one of the best defenders in the National League North. He's got previous experience across the Football League and National League North. He's got great crossing ability. He isolates his man one-on-one and defends well against his man. He's got the ability to play under considerable pressure. He's got great attitude according to character reports around the place at Boston. Full of pace, full of energy, out of contract this summer, lots of potential. I do think, though, I shouldn't be ruling out, I don't think you guys should be ruling out a potential return to Boston either, because Boston just got promoted. He was vital to that, and you could see him getting a lot more game time at Boston than you would do at Doncaster, if I'm being brutally honest here. So Jai Rowe wouldn't be a bad signing, but I would see him, if I was him and I had the choice of more game time, would I choose Donny or Boston? I would probably choose Boston for more game time, but I would choose Doncaster for a bigger stage opportunity because of the division being a division above Boston. So, and that's no disrespect to Boston United. Congratulations on your promotion. You absolutely deserve it. Heartbreak for Brackley Town once again. But Boston United, fair play to you. Well done. Promotion to the National League. Congratulations. A former Football League club. It would be nice to go and visit Boston United at some point. I didn't get a chance to tick it off in pre-season this past summer. So it'd be nice to get another pre-season friendly with Boston. It'd be nice to go back down there and check it all out. For me, though, it's one of them situations where I have this feeling. I have this horrible, horrible feeling that Jai Rowe won't come to us. I'd love him to come to us, don't get me wrong. But I would much rather him get more game time. And if he thinks he's going to get more game time at Boston, then that's better for his career. I want the best for that man's career. I'd love him to come to us, but if he thinks he can get more game time at Boston, then fair play. So, in terms of the Peter O'Rourke report about Swindon and Newport also being interested, maybe they are interested. We never know because we don't speak to the player, we don't speak to the agent, we don't speak to the clubs involved. We're just looking at it from an outside perspective here. So, let's see what happens. Let's have a full complex idea as to what's going to happen with that situation. Do I want Jai Rowe? Yes, I do. Do I think he's interested? We don't know for sure. Would he want more game time at us over Boston, for example? I'm using Boston as an example. It could be anyone lower down than Doncaster. Probably. He'll probably choose that over Donny. So I think just keep your eyes on that one just in case, but I wouldn't read too much into the training gear. Finally, then, let's talk about Thimothée Lo-Tutala. So the Free Press understands that Lo-Tutala is unlikely to return to Doncaster Rovers next season. Whilst he enjoyed his time in South Yorkshire, he's now looking to make an impression back at his parent club Hull City as they prepare to appoint their next new manager. So it's the situation we all feared, but the situation that came true. Lo-Tutala will not be coming back to Doncaster Rovers next season. He will be staying at Hull City or being loaned out somewhere else, depending on the situation of the new manager. We know that the German Tim, good old Tim from Germany, is one of the bookies' favourites for the whole job. We know there's other people involved in that role as well. So it'd be interesting to keep an eye on that one, see what kind of football they play. Do they suit Lo-Tutala? If not, where does he go next season for his last year on his current contract? Does he go for a permanent move elsewhere? Does he stay for that year and get loaned out and then go at the end of that, or stay beyond that? It's still very much up in the air, but it's unlikely he'll be coming back to us, which is obviously a dreadful shame because for me, he's been the best keeper since Senny Dieng. I know a lot of people rated Ellery Balcom, but I thought Balcom had a few of his slip-up moments. So I would probably rate Lo-Tutala slightly ahead of Balcom in terms of previous keepers. I think Balcom still was a great keeper, but I would rate him probably just slightly above Balcom. I think he's up there. I think I would say he's above Balcom and around the same or just under Senny Dieng for me. But Lo-Tutala for me was a fantastic goalkeeper, and it's great to see him doing so well. And hopefully he'll do well again next season wherever he goes. It's a shame we don't get him back, but I'm sure we'll be looking in the market for someone else. But there we go. So thank you very much, guys, for watching this video. Make sure you do like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for another daily report coming later on. We'll be talking about staff upgrades, training ground upgrades, etc., etc. I am the CHALL. Ta-ra for now. That's full time. Mean that badge to you.